All right. So again, a very good morning, Tamli. If you are ready,
Morning,
we can
sir.
begin with the mock.
Yes, sir.
All right. So can you briefly introduce yourself to us?
Sir, I'm Tamali Saha. I live in North 24 Parganas in West Bengal, and I have done my graduation from Calcutta University in Zoology Honors
Okay.
in the year of 2020.
Okay. Okay. So like, Tamli, what is the meaning of your name?
Sir, the local language, the meaning of my name is Barun Briksha. It is known as Barun tree. It is worshipped since Rig Vedic period, and it is known to be a rare species and conserved in the ISKCON temple, and it has some Ayurvedic values.
Yes. Like I think the bark of a varun tree is very dark. It is one of the darkest bark, right? Yeah, okay. So
Yes, sir.
okay. So can you think of example of few other trees whose bark is dark? As well as, please, can you give some example of trees whose bark is used for medicinal purpose?
Sir, right now, I can think of one tree which is used for medicinal purpose. It is like sandalwood and a mahua tree, Maduka indica, and there is one uh, rare species, kut, which is also used, I believe, in medicinal purpose. And the trees which have dark barks are sal and shegun.
Okay. So like you also have forestry as an optional. So like, can you differentiate between hardwood and softwood?
Sir, hardwood is and softwood. They are all characteristics of the inner related to inner circles of the tree in the middle portion, and the they are not related to hardness or softness, but they have some special features which are related to physiological purpose of the tree, like the outer rings which have some hardwood and the inner rings which have some softwood.
All right. So Tamli, like I can see in your DAF you have filled as some of your cadres as 99. So like, are you not interested in serving some part of the country?
Sir, I would be happily and sincerely serving in any cadre if I am allocated to, but as far I can remember, they are the cadres which are at which I did not selected in the beginning. So at the end, they are automatically fulfilled as 99 by the system.
Okay. So like, Tamli, as a forest officer, as a female forest officer, what challenges do you foresee?
Sir, in certain areas of all over India, there are some forest regions which are infamous for some mafia activities. So these pose a huge challenge in the forest conservation and management because the regeneration for and also there are other challenges regarding regeneration of trees in many places. The community around the forest, which are forest dwelling communities, they sometimes uh, take their cattle to graze in those forest areas.
Yes. So
So those
really sorry to interrupt, but like, these are general. These are faced by all the forest officer. But my question was,
yes, sir.
as a female forest officer, what specific or different challenges do you foresee?
Sir, one challenge I can think of as of now that uh, as a female officer in some services, the subordinates, especially the male subordinates, sometimes deny to obey the orders of the senior officers. But I do not think I would be bent toward it. I think I can overcome this challenge, and better communication will help me to overcome this challenge.
Okay. So, okay, Tamli, can you tell me where rhinoceros are found in our country?
I'm sorry, sir. Could you please repeat?
Okay, where
Which forest?
in which areas rhinoceros are found in our country?
Sir, in my state, in West Bengal, there are two national parks where rhinoceros are found. They are Jaldapara and Gorumara, and also Boxer National Park. Few rhinoceros are migrating. So they are located in the Tarai Dwars region. In the state of Assam, in the Kaziranga National Park, they are also found.
Okay. So, Tamli, have you ever watched Discovery Channel or National Geographic?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So,
Not very frequently, but I have watched.
it's all right. So, like, suppose you are seeing your clip there, and you are finding rhinoceros as well as elephant and lion in the same clip, right? So, can you think where could this be shot, or in which area, which national park could this be clipped from?
Sir, I can, as of think of now, that there can be two national parks where it can occur. One is Kaziranga National Park, and another is Jaldapara National Park in the state of West Bengal, because
So,
they are
like,
all located in the elephant corridors.
so Kaziranga has lion.
Sir, they are near elephant corridors. So elephants a fewer times migrate to those regions also.
Like, my question was, you are seeing rhinoceros, elephant, and lion. So, like you said that it could be in West Bengal or Assam. So, is lion found in West Bengal or Assam? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Lion is not found. Lion is only found in Asiatic lion is only found in the national park, Gir National Park in the state of Gujarat. So I think it is not possible.
Okay, like it could be a zoo, it could be a national park in in Africa, right? So it
Yes,
could.
sir.
Okay, all right. So like that's all from my side. Over to Gaurav sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Tamli, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
So you belong to state of West Bengal. So it has very sizable area which is under the mangroves, and mangroves are very different adaptive species of plants. So can you tell us basic characteristics how mangrove trees are different from other plant species?
Yes, sir. In my state, West Bengal, mangroves are found in the southern districts like South 24 Parganas, and they have special adaptability characteristics, like to avoid the extreme salt water and to maintain respiration in that kind of water. They have developed prop roots, stilt roots, and which goes some kind of branches which goes against the gravity. So these kinds of adaptability, and also their seeds mature when they are still uh, hanging from the trees. So when
Okay.
they fall on the ground, they germinate, and which increases their survivability rate.
Okay. Apart from this, any other feature that you can recall? Like you have mentioned viviparity, salt secreting glands, and top root need roots. Apart from
Yes.
this, okay, so let's come to another question. You are from geological background. So can you distinguish between a plant cell and animal cell? So what's the basic difference?
So there are two, three differences. Like the plant cells have huge vacuoles, which animal cells do not have, and there are cell walls which are present in the plant cell, which animal cells do not have. Then chitin presents in fungus, cells of fungus, but in animal cells it is not present. So these are the difference I can think of now.
Okay, so right now the genetic engineering is a like a new breakthrough which is happening. So can we use this to stop poaching in any ways? Like tigers and rhinoceros are being poached for their horns and their bones. So can genetic engineering help in any way to stop this poaching?
Sir, genetic engineering is a field where genes are modified in various way. So, with this technology, we can develop new cells. In fact, new animals also. But we can also uh, although I have not heard about it, but I can imagine that it is possible to develop artificial horns so that the interest can be diverted from the real horns and it can be the poaching can be stopped.
So can we identify active pharmaceutical ingredients which are present in horns, which have medicinal properties, and can identify genes corresponding to that and engineer it into in bacteria cell or something?
Sir, horns are developed by the calcareous secretions of the cells and like our nails which also have that kind of properties but horns hardens so besides
Okay,
this I'm sorry sir I
okay,
cannot
Tamili.
remember.
So last question from my side. Suppose you are a posted in DFO in one of the West Bengal district, and you got a news that there is a huge massive forest fire in your division. So what will be your action plan for that to control the fire?
Sir, before the fire ever start, I would like to prepare a proper prevention plan,
No,
preparedness
the
plan.
fire has started. The prevention and the precaution, that cannot be done now. You got reported, and it's evening, 6 p.m. So you got a call alert from a system that there is a huge fire. What will be your action plan now?
Sir, at first, I would try to locate the region and start communicating with all the other officers and nearby community. And I will alert those people who are forest dwellers, regular forest dwellers, to move away from the danger zones by spreading alertness through speakers or microphones or using other communication devices. And uh, swiftly, I will try to call the fire service so that fire can be doused, and the local
Fire
resources.
service means fire service means like from district fire department.
Yes, sir. If it is possible, then I will try to call them also. And there are some regions in forest where large vehicles cannot ply for fire service. So local resources like nearby ponds and water bodies, from there I would try to engage all the nearby people and try to engage them in dousing the fires. And this would be my approach, sir.
Okay, thank you, Tamli. Now, Piyush sir will proceed, I think.
Anupam sir can take over.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Tamli.
Hello.
To one of the questions, you had mentioned that subordinate staff disobey the instructions of lady officers. Uh,
Yes, sir.
uh, from where have you heard this? Because in my observation or in my knowledge, I don't think are any divisions or any place where the instructions are disobeyed.
Sir, I have not heard anywhere from forest departments, but in other services, I have heard that there are some kind of problem, not huge problems, but small problems like this. That subordinate staff sometimes refuses to take the orders of lady officers, especially in police service. It earlier times it happened.
In
So
police
from
service
that
also,
experience,
it never happens. I mean, a lady police officer's instructions are being disobeyed. Anyways, uh, can you please name some of the minor forest produce of West Bengal?
yes, sir. Sir, in West Bengal, in northern districts, there are forest produces like lac. Then honeybee culture is also there. Then The some kind of barks which have medicinal values, they are collected. Then oleum resin is also collected in southern districts. The shundari trees, their fruits and flowers are collected as minor forest produce.
You told lack on honeybee. Uh, which insect or which living organism creates or generates lac?
Sir, the scientific name is Lacifera lacca.
All right. And on which tree species generally do they produce the lac?
Sir, it is commonly known as lac tree, but the scientific name I am forgetting right now. I'm
All
sorry,
right,
sir.
all right. And okay, in West Bengal, what kind of human wildlife conflicts are generally observed?
Sir, in West Bengal, in the northern districts, because of recent development activities and tourism activities, the national parks are also used for tourism purpose. So there, the animals, like in Gorumara and Jodapara National Park, the animals are used by some pachyderms for entertaining the tourist, like riding the animals back. So it hurts them in physically, and also their behavioral activities. And also the animals sometimes enter because of reducing habitat. They sometimes enter into nearby villages and destroy the crops. uh, and then uh, because the southern district, the Sundarban National Park, the incidents of Royal Bengal tiger killing human being in the recent past also occurred.
Okay. You told about Royal Bengal tigers and Sundarbans. So
Yes.
there is a popular tradition amongst the locals which they use to avoid conflicts with tigers. Do you recall the
I'm
use
sorry,
of
sir, I don't
the use
recall.
of masks? All
No,
right.
sir, I have not heard about it. I'm sorry.
No issues. In northern districts, although you mentioned something about development and other things, but specifically, elephants are also getting killed sometimes through railway tracks, railway lines. So,
Yes.
have you heard about such events, such news, particularly
Uh,
from northern districts of West Bengal?
Yes, sir. I have heard some years back in the district of Alipurduar, where the train was passing from West Bengal to Assam. The destination was Assam in northeast districts. So the rail track is in between the elephant corridor. So when they were crossing, they were hit by train, and such unfortunate incidents occurred.
So, what can be done in this regard? Should the railway tracks be closed down, or should they not be extended to those areas which do not have railway tracks, or what can be done?
Sir, I think development purpose is also very much necessary for those backward regions. So there can be a middle way where elephant migration route can be diverted through various ways, like elephant corridors can be built over the railway tracks, or they can be diverted to different routes by creating some kind of natural fences like cherry trees or bamboo fences, so that they automate, or bamboo trees, so that they follow that route and do not collide, do not come across the railway track.
So, basically, you are saying that humans should keep on constructing the railway tracks as per their wish, and we have to divert the wild animals as per our own requirements. Is it the bottom line?
I'm sorry, sir. I do not mean that. But if there is no alternatives, like in extreme situation, I meant that the railway tracks can be built, but the development should be in a way that these national parks and corridors is avoided, and they should be provided in some different alternative routes. But in extreme case, what I meant that they can be uh, established or built in those regions.
All right. I was just checking your DAF. It mentions a lot of things about painting, singing, music, all these.
Yes.
So, but Forest Service is not at all related to these hobbies or these interests. So, first of all, I mean, I have two, three questions. Why, from a creative bent of mind, why are you coming to Forest Service? One thing, and secondly, why didn't you opt for any profession or any career in professional painter or professional singer or music?
Sir, those are my hobbies, my genuine hobbies, and since my childhood, I am learning it. And sir, it is said that the nature has its own music. The trees, the birds, the animals, even the local community, tribal peoples are all part of it. Sir, I think that since I started learning these activities, I can connect with nature in a better way. I can love them even more, and the I think I can connect the local tribal people with cultural activities. Like, I have developed a sense of melody. I can pick any kind of songs very easily. I can learn them, and this can be implemented in the concept of recently evolving concept of joint forest management, where the tribal peoples, local community dwelling nearby, they can involved in it. Then, sir, the colors which we use in painting, they are also collected from the natural sources. So, in this way, I can relate with nature, and it interests me in forest service even more.
Uh, have you ever used colors from natural sources?
Yes, sir.
Which colors?
Sir, there are, in fact, the state tree of West Bengal is night flowering jasmine. So it is orange in color. So that pigment, if we boil the flowers, then it gives a beautiful orange pigment, and it is usually used in traditional painting, and I have also done it in clothes.
Good.
And the green
All,
leaves are also can be used.
all right. You also mentioned something about JFMCs. From
Yes, sir.
which region or from which state it originated? The system of JFMCs or the mechanism of JFMCs?
Sir, it has originated in the state of West Bengal, in the district of Midnapur, where the forest officer, Mr. Ajit Kumar Banerjee, he was in charge and started the joint forest management for preservation of the forest and also benefit sharing. From there, it was a very huge success, and it was followed in other states like Haryana, Madhya Pradesh. So then it was legalized also.
Has it been successful?
Yes, sir.
Uh, in which respects? I mean, is the forest cover of West Bengal increasing?
Sir, in that region of Aravalli, the forest cover increased. The degraded land can also be conserved. And the local community participated happily in the preservation and regeneration of the forest. So, they are, from that perspective, it can be said a success. And in other districts like Madhya Pradesh, the local community actively participates in forest management. They actually prevents the poaching activities in many districts of Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand. So it is a successful measure.
All right. Mayank, I'm done with the questions.
Okay, Piyush, you can take over, please. Mm.
Good morning, Tamali. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm fine.
Uh, you have interest in painting and singing, right?
Yes,
Do
sir.
you think uh, these artists who do painting and singing will in near future will be replaced by technology and they'll be rendered uh, not so useful in future.
Sir, I don't believe so. With evolving technologies and evolving humanity, there will new technologies and new mediums will come. Those mediums are they are individual mediums that they have their own purpose and own technique. But earlier traditional mediums of printings will also remain, and they will come in a new form and new jail. So both can be done. Both can happen simultaneously. So they have their own active interest among the people. So in that way, I do not think that it will be replaced.
See, sound of harmonium, piano, or flute can be generated by computer softwares, and they can be generated
Yes,
without
sir.
any errors. Then why would people want to go with the error-ridden individuals or artists? Why would then in future people would choose to listen to them?
Sir, the basic uh, technology which are picked up from the traditional music or traditional sources are required for developing new technologies. So if they won't be present, so it will be difficult for the technicians to or the engineers to develop new technologies like the basic rhythms, the calculations of music, sur, the melody which is picked up from natural sources like traditional music. They are required as to create a base for the future technologies. And the live performances of various artists like the recently uh, late artist Shiv Kumar Sharma, they were also very much famous among the people. So people is very much interested in listening those traditional music forms as well as the uh, newer genres of music. So there can be interest in both ways among the people.
All right. Uh, See, there is a issue of mistrust between forest officials and tribals, right? So, what are the steps that you are going to undertake to bridge this gap?
Sir, in the few regions in India and maybe in other uh, different regions of the world, the tribal peoples sometimes become violent because since in India, since the British periods, they are deprived of their rights, forest rights, because they were traditional forest dwellers since ages, and because of Forest Conservation Act, their rights were deprived. They were deprived from their rights to collect minor forest produce or grazing their cattle. So they sometimes become angry with the forest officials, but it can be overcome through proper communication, negotiation, benefits sharing with them. So it can happen.
Okay, could you tell me some of the rights that these tribal people enjoy?
Sir, according to the Forest Rights Act, they can enjoy, the traditional forest dwellers can enjoy 4 hectares of land maximum, and they can collect the minor forest produce like the fuel woods, which are like discarded by the trees lying on the ground, and they can collect the gums, resins, oleums, then flowers and fruits like mohua fruit, and flowers are collected by many tribal people in the district of Madhya Pradesh. Uh, so these are the things. Um,
Okay, Tamili, do you know how silk is produced?
yes, sir.
My
Silk is
question is, my question is silk a vegetarian product or a non-vegetarian product?
sir. Silk is, I as per my knowledge, it is not consumed. So I do not think that it is a factor that it is vegetarian or non-vegetarian, because it is the secretion of the gland of the silkworms, which
All
produce
right.
the silk.
Actually, there are both types in which one in which the silkworm is not killed and one in which silkworm is killed. So there are both types. All right. Uh, in West Bengal, there is issue of tussle between the governor and the elected head of the state. Do you think office of governor should be done away with? Does it have any use in the cooperative federal structure that we wish to have?
Sir, our honorable governor is the head of the state, and the uh, tussle between governor and the elected representatives, our honorable CM, is sometimes due to the difference of political ideology, but it can always overcome by proper consultation and deliberation of issues, proper cooperation between them. So it sometimes seemed as it is impeding the federal structure of the states, but federal structure of India. But in my belief, it is not a problem if the administration is running smoothly and proper negotiation between the governor and CM is done. So the post of governor is also uh, gone is also goes to someone who is a non-party member. So that's in that way the neutrality can be maintained, and the governor uh, is required in the states because of the uh, proper administration mechanism and uniformity to maintain all over the states, and to carry away the directives of the center, and to prevent any kind of arbitrary actions taken by the state government, which is not constitutional. So they can reserve some bills for the review of president, for the
Okay,
assent
okay.
of
All
president.
right. Last question from my side, Kamali. There is increasing problem of inflation, as you know, in our country,
Yes, sir.
right? But I want you to be a devil advocate and tell me the positive sides of inflation. Are there any positive sides to inflation?
Yes, sir, there are positive signs of inflation. That is the export becomes more competitive when the prices rise, when the value of our rupee rising, then exports become competitive and we are getting more forex reserve.
With inflation, value of rupee is rising or is it decreasing?
Sir, in terms of dollar, I meant to say that value of rupee is in terms of dollar, because it hit a new high. I'm sorry, sir. It hit a new low against dollar. So 77.6. Sorry, 8. So in
Or
that
like
way,
that would
inflation.
be
And also, sir, employment
good
generation
to
can
know.
occur. Sorry, sir. Hello.
Employment generation can increase, you're saying, with
Yes,
inflation.
sir. Yes, sir.
How would that be?
Sir, in Phillips curve, it is referred that some kind of inflation is required for the economy to generate employment. So, although there are other contrary views, but it is in Phillips curve, it is graphically represented that if, written amount of inflation is required in the economy uh, for employment generation,
Okay.
because it
Any
will even rise to demand. Hello.
I think.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Inflation is giving rise to demand. Think so?
Sorry, sir. I think there is some network issues and I cannot hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You said that inflation gives rise to increasing demand.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you sure?
Sir, a little inflation is required for giving rise to demand. So in that way, it can generate employment because employment seekers will increase.
Okay. Any other positive about inflation related to maybe environment?
I'm sorry, sir, I cannot recall as of now.
All right. Thank you, Tamali. That's all from my
Thank
side.
you, sir.
Okay. So I think
Thanks.
we can end the mock here. If Gaurav want to ask something, he can ask. Otherwise, we'll end the mock here. Okay.
Okay, we can end the mock.
Okay. So Tamli, thank you. Your mock is over. You can leave the call for like couple of minutes, and then you come back for the feedback, right? After 2 3